What's happening, people? Liverpool Prophet back again with another video. Transfer talk. Not much going on still. As we know, we're still in a bit of pickle, but I'm feeling a lot better today, and I think look, I think it's as tough as it is. It is. I think we are gonna have to move on with life. As hard as that sounds, but look, we'll always remember Diogo Jota. We'll always remember the player he was. He'll always be in our hearts. He'll always be in our hearts. So I'm gonna try my best to just move forward with life in general, and Liverpool related stuff in general, because it looks like look, we're gonna have a lot of work to do in the market now, aren't we? We're gonna have quite a bit to do. So yeah, so let's get into it. I wanted to touch on Marc Guehi. Now look, before the incidents that happened recently, we have been in the market for a centre back. It's been known that we're interested in signing a centre back. Now, who that centre back is, I'm not entirely sure yet. It looks like it's going to be Guehi. Guehi seems to be the main target, but from what I'm seeing is there's links of him now moving to Newcastle potentially. Now, look, I mean this in no disrespect to Newcastle at all, but I think if Guehi is smart, the smart career choice would be to move to us, because look, I assume we'll be in a title race next season, although I'm not too sure, but I assume we'll be up there at the top competing for the trophies. Newcastle, they're good for a good cup run, but are they going to challenge for the major honours? I don't think so. I don't see them challenging for the main honours. I don't. So I feel if Guehi looks at it smartly and objectively, he'll see that Liverpool is the correct choice for him and for his career. But look, Newcastle as well. Look, let's not be honest. They have a great set of fans. They have a great club history. They're a great club. They have a really good manager in Eddie Howe. So I can see why Guehi might potentially get attracted to Newcastle. But equally, look, we're Liverpool. We have a great set of fans. We have a great manager in Arne Slot. We're going in the right direction. We're a huge club as well. So for me, it's not really a brainer. I think he should be looking to choose Liverpool over Newcastle. I know that's probably going to annoy a couple of Newcastle fans, but look, I'll be honest, I don't see Newcastle up there at the top. I think they'll be in contention for top 4, arguably top 3, but I don't see them being in a title race with the top 2. Now, that's just me. That could just be my opinion, but I don't see it happening. I don't see a case where that happens. So if I was Marc Guehi, I'd be looking for a move to Liverpool 100%. And I think he will move to Liverpool, to be fair. I think this these rumours on him going to Newcastle are a bit of a smokescreen. Maybe they've been put there deliberately to get us to speed up on our end, to get him in quickly, because look, let's be honest, we don't know what's happening with Ibrahim Konate. We've got no clue what's going to happen with Ibrahim Konate. So Guehi, for me, would be or should be the centre back to partner Virgil van Dijk. Unless Konate extends, he's on the bench for me all season. On the bench, you're not going to the World Cup, and yeah, good luck to you in Madrid if that's where you want to go. But if Konate doesn't extend, for me, bench Guehi has to be the one who partners with Virgil van Dijk, in my opinion anyway. So I feel this could very well just be a smokescreen. Maybe Newcastle are looking at it, maybe Crystal Palace are looking at it, or Guehi's looking at it and thinking, I want them to move to Liverpool, and I want them to hurry up so I can get my move. Put up a smokescreen there. I'm interested in Newcastle, and get them to speed up on negotiations. Could just be a tactic, or there could be genuine interest there. I'm not sure, but either way, if I'm Guehi, it's Liverpool over Newcastle, unfortunately, in my opinion, every day of the week, every single day of the week. And he wants first team football, and he's going to get first team football, unless by some miracle Konate extends it and signs a new deal. Guehi's going to be getting first team football for us next season. If Konate extends, however, then maybe Guehi would look at Newcastle as a more attractive proposition, because look, if Konate extends, let's be honest, Guehi's just going to end up being a backup choice here. A backup option on the bench with Konate and Verge being the first two. So if Konate extends, I can definitely see him choosing Newcastle over Liverpool purely because of game time. He'll get a lot more game time at Newcastle than he would get at Liverpool if Konate extended. But otherwise, he'd be a regular starter week in, week out for us. So Guehi, make the right decision, mate. It's Liverpool. Although Konate also make the right decision, extend the contract. I'll risk losing out on Guehi if Konate extends. I'll be totally honest. If Konate extends the contract, I'll let Guehi go to Newcastle because we won't have no problems there. We can just go get another centre back who's equally as good as Guehi, or if not better. So yeah, we'll see where that one goes. But I'm expecting Guehi to be a Liverpool player soon. I am. As for the striker situation, look, this is a tough one to talk about because prior to the incident with Diogo, it looked like the only player that was going to be moving on in the attack was going to be Darwin Núñez, being linked with a move to Naples. So that looked like it was going to happen, and obviously we were looking to get a striker in. Diaz was being sort of, linked a bit not, so didn't know what was happening with there. Chiesa, we expected Chiesa to leave, but there's not really links of him going anywhere. But obviously, look, to be fair, Diogo probably wouldn't have played much next season anyway. He would have probably been an impact sub or a backup striker, dare I say. So he wouldn't have played much either way. But the striker was going to come in anyway, and I still expect the striker to come in either way anyway. I still expect us to get a striker and a main striker. But it's what we do after that, because now we need 2 strikers. We're going to need to buy, we're in the market, we're going to need to sign 2 strikers. So who them 2 strikers are, I'm not sure. Personally, I would love it if we would go out there and go, yeah, here's the money for Isak, and we go get a Kitike too. Can you imagine having Alexander Isak as the main striker and Hugo Kitike as an impact substitute striker? I'll take that every day of the week. Very unlikely we get both of them, but look, let's be honest now. FSG have to prove their worth again because we need 2 strikers now. So whoever they get in, we need 2. And a left winger too, most likely, if Lucho leaves. So we're going to need a left winger and a right winger too. So we've got work to do in that attack, I'll be honest. A right winger, left winger, 2 strikers. That's 4 more signings we need to make. Plus a centre-back, 5. Jesus Christ almighty. If we can get the main striker, Isak, it looks like Isak's the main target. So say we can get Isak. If we can go into the market and get a striker who's maybe a free agent, or, who'd be happy to come to Liverpool as a squad player, to play every now and then, get a 15-20 minutes playing in an emergency situation, I'll be very happy with that. We need a striker who has got the Endo mindset, like a backup striker who has the mindset of someone like Endo, who knows what their place is in the squad, knows they're not going to be playing much, but they're just happy to come in and provide for the team whenever they can. So if we can get a striker like that to play as a backup, happy days. I haven't looked much in the market, I haven't seen much, but it doesn't seem like there's much of them around at the moment. United did it with Odion Igalo, I think. Someone who, was just happy to, provide when he could. Was just happy to play for a club like Manchester United, whether he played much or not. Endo, similar. I feel we need someone like that now. A striker like that. Obviously, with the main striker being Isak, hopefully, fingers crossed. But look, we're going to need 2 strikers. We're going to need a left winger, most likely, if Diaz leaves, and a right winger if Chiesa leaves. So, I mean, other than Salah, that's going to be a whole new attack by the looks of it. With Diaz, I'd love him to stay, but it seems like he's trying to get this move now. I can't lie. It doesn't look like the club are trying to force him out, nothing like that. It looks to me, from where I'm sitting, that Diaz is the one who wants to move. Because I don't see the club forcing him out. I don't see the club looking to sell. They'd only be interested if Diaz was showing hints that he wanted to leave, and I think he is personally. So we can get Rodrigo, like I said the other day. Get Rodrigo. I'll happily let Lucha go. Good luck at Bayern Munich. As for the right winger situation, Chiesa, he's expected to leave, but I don't see much links on him going anywhere, so that's going to be an interesting one too. that'll be a very interesting saga too. So yeah, that's interesting. And then the two striker situations too. The striker situation is the two strikers as well. So yeah, there's a lot to do in the market. 5 players there that we still need to get. It's crazy. So we need to get a move on. We need to get a move on, don't we? Whatever we do, whatever we look to do, gotta do it fast because other clubs aren't gonna stand still either. So yeah, we'll see where the window goes. But guys, I'm gonna head off. Liverpool profit out. I'll speak to you guys soon. Peace out. Up the Reds. I'll be back very soon with more news, and let's go. Let's go.